So my mom signed me up for American Idol. I kind of like when my dad passed away, because I was the only reason why I did music is for my dad,
Mm-hmm.
because that's like that's like the main way that we bonded.
Mm-hmm. To honor
Yeah,
him.
it
And,
was
yeah.
yeah, it was to honor him.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why I did American Idol was for him, right? But I kind of quit like music when my dad passed away, because I could hear it. Like, I know it sounds crazy, but I could hear him singing with me.
Mm.
Like when I was singing songs, like I can hear him harmonizing. I can hear him,
Wow.
and I was like, yeah, I put it away and I stopped playing for like months. And my mom was like, how come you stopped? How come you're not playing? I was like, oh, cause like it makes me sad because I can hear him
Mm.
when I sing. And she was like, wouldn't that make you happy because you can still hear him? And I was like, you're right, you're right.
Different
So
perspective.
I grabbed my guitar and I started playing, and still feeling it. And my mom was like, all right, now that you picked the guitar up, start practicing. And I was like, oh no, I think I'm just gonna play around every now and then. She's like, no, I signed you up for American Idol. Your audition is in next week. As she said, in a week, your audition is in a week. And I was like, oh shoot, all right. So she said, practice, and you're gonna perform at online. There's like this
Oh yeah,
online
there's like a
rounds.
bunch of steps
Yeah, a bunch
before
of
you
steps
actually
before you
get in
actually go.
front of the
Yeah.
judges. Yeah.
So I kind of had a bad attitude about it. Like, I'm not gonna make it because I tried out before.
Oh
Yeah,
really?
I tried out before on The Voice too.
Oh
On The
wow.
Voice, and I never made it through. But it was during COVID.
Uh-huh.
I tried out on The Voice, and then it was so weird because you don't see anyone. You just look at the thing, it pops up, and they type, "It's your turn, go."
Oh, that's so
On The
weird. Just
Voice,
the
yeah.
energy is different.
It's just
Yeah.
so it's
Yeah.
different. I was like, I didn't know what to do, so I was just like sitting there on my guitar, like, you have 30 seconds to sing or something. I was like, okay. I started singing. In the middle of my song, they just kicked me out of the thing. I was like,
That's crazy.
then I
Your
went to
loss.
yeah. Then I went to American Idol, and it was a lot better, like a better experience, because
Yeah.
you could see faces. Because it's hard when you're singing, but there's no faces, right?
Yeah.
And I was singing, and you could see faces, and it's just a lot better for me. And they were really nice. And then, but they said maybe not this year, but next year come back. And I was like, I'm not trying out for
You
anything.
just discouraged. Yeah.
This is a sign that I'm
Yeah.
not good enough. And yeah, my mom signed me up, and the rest is history.
And what year was it when she signed you up the first time?
First time was the year before, so 2022.
Okay, so and you were what, like 17 back then?
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
17.
17,
Yeah,
and then again and you were 18, and that's when
18.
the viral audition happened.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes,
How did
sir.
you decide like this is the song that we're gonna sing?
So actually, my uncle Maratao, he
Yeah, yeah.
showed me the song, because my
Oh.
dad went through his kidney failure,
Mm-hmm.
and Maratao was like, "Hey, there's a song that I want you to listen to." He sent it to me, and it was "Monsters" by James Blunt.
Mm-hmm.
And he thought I would like, he knew I would like connect to it,
Mm-hmm.
but I was like, "Oh, it's a good song." I never listened to it, but I just told him it was a good song, and he's like, "Can you learn it?" I was like, "Oh yeah, when I have time," you know what I mean? Like, kind of like brushing it off, because I
Yeah.
never really listened to it. I was just saying I did. And then one time I went to Utah for my birthday, and my dad was already out of the hospital at that point, and we were driving, and he just puts on this song, and it was Monsters, and
Oh
I just
wow.
start crying, and he was like, he turns to me, I was like, he's like, "What's wrong, dude?" I was like, "This song is so good, bro. Can you send it to me?" He was like, "Shut your mouth! I sent it to you, and you never like learned it." I was like, "Oh, is that the song you sent me?" But yeah, and then I learned it that night.
Oh
And I
wow.
learned it, and then I got a chance to sing it to my dad.
Uh-huh. Oh,
I was
that's so
singing it to
awesome.
him. He was crying, and then this whole thing happened, and my dad passed away, and I didn't want to sing. And then my mom, I think we did the audition. I sang for my audition on the online
Mm-hmm.
audition. I did "Perfect to Me," Josh
Mm.
Tofi, and then I did Valerie.
Oh,
Is that what it
nice.
was?
Yeah.
And then they were like, "Oh, like Valerie and When the Rain is Blowing in Your
Mm-hmm.
Face," that song. Because you do three. They said Valerie and a lot of people sing that all the time,
Mm-hmm.
right? At the auditions. They said almost like 50% of people
Wow.
audition with those
Yeah, it's a
songs,
popular song.
which they are, right? And I was like, "Is there anything else you can audition with?" And then my mom was like, "What about Monsters?"
Mm.
I was like, "Nah, I can't." And she's like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "I'm just gonna cry, and it's just not gonna be a good thing." And she was like, "Don't just try." And I sang it to the lady on the what do you call Zoom.
Zoom. Yeah.
I sang them, and she started crying. She's like, you need to sing that song.
Oh,
And I was like, for reals? She's like, yeah. She's like, you have to sing that song. That song is the one. And I was like, okay. So they went from there. Then I auditioned. And then I didn't want to talk about my dad at all. I just wanted to sing the song.
mhm.
And then, I talked with my mom that night. And she was like, like, son, you gotta, you don't need to, but your dad is the reason why you're doing this. So if talk about him, it's okay to talk about him. I didn't want people to be, oh, he's a sob story kind of
Mhm,
thing,
mhm.
and I didn't want people to. I wanted to know if I was good enough to
Yeah,
actually like,
vocally, not just with
yeah,
your story, right?
yeah, with
Yeah.
my not just with my story
Yeah.
vocally. So I never told them until we got to the thing, and then they're like, oh shoot, how come you never told us this? I
Mhm.
said, I just wanted to know if I was good enough, and they were like, well, now that you know you're good enough, can you talk about him? I was like, yeah, I can. So it
Dang.
was
And
rough at
then,
first, but yeah.
so that and all that led up to you going in front of the judges and
Yeah.
then doing the, I mean, first of all, you told your story and you're just like, why aren't you living in Hawaii? Like, priced out of paradise, you know?
Yeah.
That was one of your first like viral phrases, and then you had the yes sir.
Yeah, yes,
So
sir.
you had a lot of viral phrases.
Yeah.
So you did the audition, and how long until after the audition did you have to wait for it to like air so that people started seeing it? Because as soon as it
Yeah.
aired, it just went viral. I mean,
Yeah.
you made it on Joe Rogan,
Yeah, yeah,
the
that was
biggest
crazy.
podcast
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
world.
yeah.
Him and Jelly Roll were
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
about it,
Jelly
and
Roll.
you made them cry.
Yeah, man, that was crazy.
Yeah.
Cause I don't know. I remember like right after audition, it was like a huge jump on social media.
Hmm.
Cause I remember when I started social media, I had like 500 followers.
Were you posting videos
Yeah,
of
I
you
was
singing?
posting
Oh,
no,
okay.
and then I started posting videos
Oh, okay.
of me singing. I already did, but I posted a song that I wrote a long time
Okay,
called
okay.
Dreams.
Yeah.
And I posted that, and that kind of blew up a little bit. And I had like 4,000,
Okay.
and I was like, "Oh, that's crazy, 4,000,
4,000's already like
right?
crazy,
It's
right?
already
Yeah.
crazy." Then after, I think I waited like 2 months, I
Uh-huh.
think, or a month and a half for the audition to
Uh-huh.
actually air. And then I went, and then when the audition aired, went up to 50,000 like overnight,
That's crazy.
which was crazy. And I was just tripping. I was like, "There's no way this is happening. It's just crazy." And then went 50,000 to like I
Couple
think 50,000
hundred.
to 100,
Yeah.
200,000. And I was like, wow, this is insane. I was like, how is this happening right now? And, and uh, it just went from there to more. And then the Joe Rogan thing happened. And then it went all the way up like crazy. Like,
And this is
think-
before you even like were on American Idol, right? That was just
yeah,
starts from the audition.
yeah,
I
just
think
from
it was
the
the most
audition.
viewed audition in history, right?
Yeah, yeah. It was crazy, man. It was
Yeah.
just,
Like it's kicking skin just like thinking about it. I
yeah,
remember watching that, and I was like, I showed whoever I was with, I'm like, this is so sad.
yeah, man.
Yeah.
It was a crazy thing, man. For me, like, I was trying to hold it together,
I don't even
man.
know how you did. None of us could.
It was a rough time, but after that I went out. I went outside after the audition. I walked outside, and the people they're watching on the what do you call them, like
Like iPhone.
little what do you call them?
Wait,
They're
outside of
watching
the
yeah,
audition room.
outside of the audition
Oh,
room.
like on the little TV
Yeah, like on the
outside or
little
whatever.
TVs
Yeah.
outside. And I walk out, everybody's crying,
That's crazy.
and then they're just like all patting my back. I was like, shoot, what just
Then he's
happened?
like, what? Yeah, why is everybody crying?
Yeah, I was like,
What's wrong
whoa,
with you
really?
guys?
And then so in the audition room, there's like 50 people in there.
Oh, really? Wow.
Because there's like the judges.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if I should be saying that, but
Nah, I'm
there's
sure it's-
yeah, it's all right.
yeah.
It's all right, man.
Yeah.
The 3 judges, and then there's like on the side the camera crew, right?
Uh-huh.
There's like 50 people in
Wow.
there. And I remember I was like singing the song, and I was trying not to cry. Then all I hear is like on the side of the room is everybody in the room is crying. I was like, what's going on, man? Right? And it's just everything just started happening, and like I'm not trying to say like I didn't believe my dad, but I didn't believe my dad. I thought he's just a dad. He's supposed to say that that I'm good.
Your kid's the best player on the
Exactly,
team. Your kid's the best
exactly.
looking.
Exactly. And my dad's over there like, man, son, I think you're gonna win American Idol. All the time, ever since I was there, I was like, what? No, dude. I like, there's no way. All these guys are so good. And
Little did you know you were
little
good
did
too.
I know, but he was.
But he knew the whole
He
time.
knew, man. He knew it.
Dang. So the audition happened, you make it to Hollywood, and then what was that time on American Idol like? I mean, the story just kept getting better and better. You had the audition, you had your viral moment with Oliver. You know,
Oh,
you
yep,
started
yep.
the bromance started.
Yeah, it's my
You
boy
had
right
you
there.
had that the time when you like forgot the
Oh, I
lyrics,
was reading
but
the.
everything you did was just so authentic and it was so true to you. That's
Yeah,
why
yeah,
people love it because it wasn't a staged person. You didn't put on some sort of front. You were just being yourself,
yeah,
walking on the stage with slippers. You know, like
yeah.
we loved it.
So funny. I remember. I remember we were doing interviews, and they were like, tell us about growing up in Hawaii. I was like, oh yeah, and I was talking about it. I was like, what did you used to do when you were a kid? I used to run around and catch chickens and kind thing. And they're like, oh, what did you used to do with the chickens when you caught them? And I was like, oh, we fight them. But they're like, we
You
can't, we
say
can't air that. They're like, we can't air that. It's illegal. It's illegal to fight. I was like, well, good thing I never caught them. Good thing I was too slow. You know what I mean? But it was just
They
so.
were fighting, not me.
Yeah, not me, but I never caught them. But the other kids was. But it's
Classic.
so funny. It was just, and it was so funny because I was always myself. I was always myself, and a lot of the times like my accent comes out, and that was the hard part for me was like, they were like, oh, can you pronounce your words? Because
You
over
speak
here,
properly, please.
yeah, exactly. Can you speak properly, please? And I'm just like, sorry. And then I'll be talking about, like, hey, small kind, huh? They'll be like, oh, what's small kind mean? And I was like, oh, shoot, sorry. Let me just,
Yeah, you got a code switch.
yeah, I got to
Yeah.
code switch a little bit. So,
Yeah. Thanks. So you made it to Hollywood. Oliver was on the podcast a couple years ago, and then he told his side of the story about you being put together because you guys needed
yeah,
a partner, and then you guys had to like stay up late. You guys couldn't. There's like you barely
yeah.
had time to like even practice the song, right?
Yeah, me and Oliver was already friends. We connected
Yeah.
through Jack Johnson because,
Hmm.
like, not through Jack
Yeah,
Johnson,
yeah.
but
But your
because
love for Jack.
yeah, our
Johnson,
love for Jack Johnson, right?
Hmm.
And I remember he was sitting there and he started singing Banana Pancakes, and I was like, what? I sat down and I started singing with him, and then we sang Better Together,
Hmm.
and then out of nowhere he's like, where you from? I was like, from Hawaii. He's like, that's cool, dude. Let me show you your song. Then he sang Island Style.
Oh yeah.
And I was like,
John
no
Cruz,
ways,
yeah.
we go. And then me and him were just jamming on, and
Uh-huh.
everyone was just like, what song is this? Yeah. And we're in the rehearsal rooms
Yeah.
just jamming out. So me and him got along well, and honestly, we got along with everyone there.
Uh-huh.
Everyone was such a
You
good
become a
vibe.
family, yeah.
Become a family. There's a lot of times where people were like competitive, like,
Hmm.
but that's just how it is.
Yeah, I mean you're
And then,
on a
but-
competition.
Exactly, you're on a competition.
Yeah.
So it was like kind of like I made it my job to make people have fun.
Like
you
lighten
know?
the mood. It's like not that serious.
Yeah, because
kind, you know?
guys, no worries if you don't make them. Who cares, bro?
Yeah.
Try out next year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was over there like, everyone was. It's so funny because I would throw honey packets
Uh-huh.
because you used to collect. They give them honey packets.
Uh-huh.
I used to suck on the honey
Is that
packets.
for like your throat?
Yeah, for your throat.
okay.
Yeah. And then I used to just grab like a handful, put it in my pocket, and while like one of my friends calling, the cowboy,
Yeah.
cowboy guy had his hat on, and everyone was stressed out because this is if you're gonna make it to top 24, they're finding out. And I was over here stacking honey packets on his hat. He turned around, was like, dude, I'm trying to focus. I was like, oh, sorry, man, chill. It was just so funny, bro. Just trying to make sure, like, make everyone have fun, because, what's the, what's the fun in coming to this competition and being nervous and being on edge all the time? Just have fun.
Hmm.
If you don't make it, all
Yeah.
good.
So
that was my mentality.
Yeah. So you were coming in with that mentality, which made you more loose, which made you your true personality show a lot more, and I think
Yeah.
that worked for you. Tell us about your guitar hack, because I think that's a great one that
Yeah,
people
yeah.
should start to use.
Yeah.
When did you decide to do that, or was it Oliver that helped you? I forget.
Yeah,
what the
no.
story
So it was Oliver.
Yeah. Okay.
So
now
I
that
remember I was
yeah.
sitting there and I was like,
And your guitar broke.
yeah.
Yeah.
My guitar broke,
Yeah.
and are you talking about the lyrics?
Yeah. The lyrics. Yeah.
The lyrics, right?
Yeah.
So the
Wait,
reason why.
am I mixing up two different times?
No, that's the
That's
same time.
Okay.
That's the
okay.
same time.
Yeah.
And I remember we were sitting there rehearsing, and that's the first time I heard. No, I heard it before, but this is the first time I ever like
Tried
listened
to-
to the
yeah,
words.
yeah,
Was
yeah.
I saw you dancing in a crowded room. The weekend song, what is
Yeah,
it
yeah,
called?
the weekend.
Uh,
Lights, something lights, or
I don't
I
even
don't
know what it's
know.
called.
Yeah,
Save Your Tears.
save your tears.
Save
Yeah,
your that's wrong song.
yeah, wrong song.
No, Save Your Tears.
Save your tears.
So
Yeah.
I always hear it like on the radio and stuff, but Oliver's like, let's do it a different way. Oliver starts playing this thing like on the guitar. I was like, I like that. So we started playing on the guitar, and then he's singing it, and he's like, okay, you get the second verse, and I was like, I don't know the lyrics. I don't know the lyrics at all. And I tried to learn it. I kept trying to learn it, and we went to the waiting room,
Uh-huh.
and at the top upstairs, and he was like, dude, just I have it printed, dude. Let's just grab it and tape it on your guitar. I was like, all right, let's do it. I grabbed it, I taped it on my guitar. And he said, don't make it obvious. That's what he said. And I was singing like this.
It's not obvious at all.
But yeah, man. It was
Which,
Oliver's
which
idea.
again, even though some people can see that as like, oh no, you're messing up. It's like it was so real.
Yeah,
And that's what we love to see is this realness. We'd love to see people make mistakes because it just shows that they're human.
yeah.
You know? So it worked out in your favor. Plus you're just like your whole like energy and personality is just very easy to love. So you went on to the next stage, you kept going, and
Yeah, man.
your following kept growing. I'm sure your phone was blowing up all the time.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You made it all the way to the top 3, and then that's when they send you home. And I swear that was like a national holiday here in Hawaii.
Yeah,
And
oh,
it
yes,
was
sir, bro.
I knew kind of a little bit of the planning because I got like put in through some other people.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
so I kind of knew what was going on, and it was hectic
Yeah,
to make
bro.
it happen. Because American Idol doesn't fund it,
Yeah.
and then they don't give you that much notice because like you basically find out if you make it to top 3,
Yeah.
and then the planning happens in like a week or
Yeah,
something, right?
yeah.
So it was just crazy. I remember like all the people on that side,
Man,
Tautua,
dude, the community pulled through,
yeah,
dude.
everybody.
Everyone, man.
Jack Johnson
Jack
was there. You got to
Johnson,
sing with
dude,
one of your
Paula Fola,
idols,
man.
Paula. Yeah, that was
Crazy,
just
man.
that was awesome. I remember like running back and forth during that time, seeing you for a quick second, Triple Shaka. That was so fun just to like be part of that because I was too young when Jasmine came home.
Yeah.
And plus I was on a different island. So being a part of that I think was super memorable for us. And we wanted to do that video to like make sure that you were in the top 3.
Yeah.
So you got enough votes so you could come home. So
Yeah,
because
bro.
the whole thing was like bring Iam home, right?
Yeah,
Because you
man.
haven't been back since you
Yeah,
left to
yeah,
Seattle,
yeah.
right? And you did it. And it was awesome. You ended up going to the finals. You won with a Kolohe Kai song.
Yeah, bro. That's
Who would have expected
Cool
somebody
down.
to just sing a Kolohe Kai song?
And it was funny because these guys are what do you call them? The producers, I guess.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, like it'll be smart if you could sing like a song that and all this stuff. Like you sing a song that more people know. And I was like, nah, it's all right. I'll see this one. I think I had 3 choices.
Uh-huh.
So because you can choose 3 songs
Uh-huh.
of whatever you want, and they'll try to get it cleared, right? So I chose. So I chose 3 island songs they have to like
It has to be
it has
one
to
of
be an
them,
island
yeah.
song, right? So I chose Cool Down, Dream Girl, and then I think Perfect to Me was the other one.
Oh, okay. So
Right.
2 Kolohe Kai songs.
Yeah, 2 Kolohe Kai
Wow.
songs. Then we went out and then I was like, they're like, okay, so we think you should go with I think Dream Girl. I was like, I think I'm gonna go with Cool Down. They're like, oh yeah, all right, Cool Down. So I went over there and when we did the rehearsals, man, I was geeking out, man. I was like jumping on. I was like, yes.
Yeah.
And all the band was like laughing because they're like, oh, this is everyone was having a good time, man,
Yeah.
during rehearsals. Every time I went on the stage, I made sure like even because every time I go on the stage, before I go on stage, all the guitar player, everyone's so serious, like I went up there, try to make everyone crack up and make jokes, and the background singer was like, I remember the ooh, because they weren't doing it at first, and I was like, is there a way we can do the thing? I was like, and then I grabbed my mic, I played the song and my thing, the ooh, and then all of them were doing it at the same time. Ooh, I was like, no, it's one at a time. And they're like, oh, so ooh, 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 and they're like, yeah, exactly like that. So it was a good fun, man, and it was cool to like kind of take control a little bit.
Yeah. You were the director. Yeah.
Hopefully, I didn't make them.
I'm sure
upset.
I'm sure they were chill about it.
But they were, man. It was a lot of fun, man.
Yeah, and it was so cool watching that live And then, couple, I don't know, however long after that, seeing Roman's reaction to the
Yeah,
song,
bro.
seeing
Roman's
his you sing
reaction.
his song on national
Yeah,
television.
yeah, yeah.
Because for I'm getting chicken skin just because like we live on an island. We don't get that much coverage, unless
Yeah,
you're a football player,
yeah, yeah,
baseball player, whatever it is. Like we don't reach, audiences that big. And so to see you on a national stage, local boy
yeah,
from Kuku singing a local song, Roman from another local boy,
yeah.
it was just such a cool moment in our like Polynesian history.
Exactly, cause,
Yeah,
my thing is like, and I always been about this, like,
totally.
cause so many people like, of course, country music is fire,
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah, I love
I
country
love
music.
country
Yeah,
music. I love R&B
yeah,
music,
yeah,
but people are sleeping on island music, man. Island
yeah,
reggae,
yeah.
Kolohe Kai, man. You got J Bug, you
Uh
got
huh.
all these guys, Fiji,
Yeah, yeah.
man, and like people are sleeping on it,
Fiji the goat.
like it was always to me. I was like, how come these songs are not number one,
Mm-hmm.
man? Because for me, these songs were number one.
Yeah.
Roman, Kolohe Kai, Cool Down,
Mm.
Dream Girl, He'eroa, man.
Yeah.
All these songs, man.
Yahoo
Those are
girl.
what I
Yeah.
grew up on. And I always like wanted these. Like I was like, these songs should be on the Billboard. These songs should be on the bill. I think so.
Mm-hmm.
And I always try to like every place I go during Idol,
Mm-hmm.
I used to always jam island music. I always bring a speaker with me, and in the waiting rooms, they always tell me, "Hey, you need to turn that off because you're doing interviews up here." I
Yeah.
was like, "Oh, okay." I put on the thing. I start playing island music. Start playing You ever heard Junior Mile? He's
No,
one
I don't know that.
singer in Utah, from
Oh,
Utah,
okay.
a
Yeah.
Tongan singer. I was putting on Junior Mile, all these different singers, man, and all you guys are, oh, what is this? What is this? So good. And I was like, I'm telling you, if people just heard them, it's gonna be
Give
crazy.
him a chance.
So that's why I did Don't
Uh-huh.
Let Go.
Oh
And
yeah,
so
Spawn
many
Breezy.
times like
Yeah.
I wanted to do even more like island song.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to do so my three choices for the
The Hawaii one.
Aulani round
Yeah.
was Sweet Lady Waihole.
Oh,
And
that would have been
that's the
nuts.
one I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Was Sweet Lady
Barawal.
Waihole and also Don't Let Go.
Uh-huh.
So I gave them Don't Let Go because I love Don't Let Go.
Uh-huh.
Obviously, it's a one classic
Mm-hmm.
jam, and it was also like I thought it would be like more like palatable for them,
Mm-hmm.
like be like, oh, you know what, that one I like that one a lot, but I put in Sweet Lady. I was like, bro, if I do this song in Aulani, bro, on the Idol stage,
Yeah.
you're my sweet papaya, doing all that thing, bro.
Papaya.
It's so funny because they even learned it. The band
Oh,
learned
really?
it. And we were rehearsing. I was like, "Dog, this gonna be
Oh,
me."
that would have been so sick.
And then after that, they're like, "Oh, can you sing?" I think they wanted me to sing one country song.
Oh,
I was
okay.
like, "Nah, no country in Hawaii. I gotta sing an island song, bro.
Yeah,
Some
yeah, yeah.
kind of island reggae." So we did "Don't
That
Let
was a
Go."
good middle.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
good middle, man.
Cool. I mean, hearing your American Idol journey from you, it just makes me reminisce on that time and
Yeah, yeah.
truly how awesome it was. You won American Idol, and what was your life like after that, man? I can imagine it
Yeah,
was
man.
insane. I mean, you went up to 1 million followers. I mean, your videos, like almost every single one on the American Idol Instagram and YouTube, was just getting way more views than everybody
Yeah, it
else.
was crazy, man.
Back then, like Jasmine's time, you don't know if people like you or not because we don't have the followers. So
And you don't get to see the
yeah,
views
and the comments, like
yeah, yeah.
everybody's messaging you and making videos about you. So totally different time. So were you keeping up with all of that like while you were going through the journey?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So my mom would always watch. My mom and my uncle would always watch, and Tao always watch the reaction. The
Oh
reaction.
yeah. I like watching
To
those.
each of the thing, and I remember I'll just be sitting there, and then some of the reaction would be like, "It was okay," or some of them would be like, "Oh, that's the one," And it was so cool to see all these reactions and listen to them. And man, it was just it's a crazy time, man.
Mm-hmm.
And just the support I got from the people out here in Hawaii, man.
Yeah, and beyond, like
Yeah, and
all the
beyond,
whole
like
Polynesia, and not even Polynesian
Poly-
people. Yeah,
just
exactly.
islanders in general,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah,
Just the Pacific Islanders in general was coming through
yeah.
and man, pulling through for me, man. So it was just a lot of love and um, you know, I grew up with a lot of Filipinos out here
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Hawaii, and a lot of Micronesians, right? And it was just, you know, it wasn't just the Polynesian, it wasn't just Hawaii. It was
Totally. You represented all of us.
represent
Yeah.
everyone out here, the Pacific Islanders, man, and it was just the people showing their love, man. It's just crazy.
Yeah, I loved
Crazy.
it. I loved it. So, were people coming out of like the woodworks like, "Hey, remember me? I was in your class, back in Koku," or like,
Yeah,
"Hey, da da da, remember we were friends?" Like, were
yeah.
people doing that? Did you get those messages?
Yeah. We got I got a lot, but
How were you even able to keep up with everything?
it was just for me,
Yeah,
honestly, for
you
me,
went
I was
from
just
500 followers to 1 million
yeah, it
in
was
a couple
crazy.
months.
Yeah, it was
Like,
crazy,
how
man.
did you handle that?
Um, I don't know. For me, it was just like I was always cruising it,
Yeah.
always cruising it, and I feel like a lot of people that I worked with, like on Idol, not they weren't annoyed, but they were just like, man, this guy just doesn't care. It's not that I didn't care. I was just like, there's no need to
It
stress.
wasn't the most important thing to you.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was just like
Yeah.
chilling.
It's
I was like,
numbers on a phone.
yeah, man, I
Yeah.
was just chilling, always
Yeah.
cruising, and always like, oh, thank you guys for all the
Mhm.
love. Always doing videos, and
Mhm.
man, it was just
That's
crazy
why I
time,
came
man.
to you because you weren't worried about money, fame,
Yeah.
all of the accolades. You were just worried about singing your best,
Yes,
and
sir.
I think that's why you won.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
putting on for the culture, man. Putting on
totally.
for the
No, we
culture.
appreciate you totally, and we appreciate you being here at this amazing location as well.
Yes,